Hey Radiant Souls, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, welcome for the first time. My name is Heather. I'm so glad that you're here. It is time for a monthly energy forecast for December 2025. And I want to just acknowledge that I did skip November 2025, and that was intentional. I was going through a grief process with the loss of my dog of 17 years. So I just gave myself some extra space and time for that. And I am still in that process, fresh off of that, but feeling so excited to connect back with you, connect with my team, and share these messages for you. So as we are walking into the month of December, the theme that my guides want to share is that of expansion. So it feels to me like 2025 for a lot of us has been that year of really stretching ourselves into what is new, into what may feel uncomfortable, into what feels uncertain, but we're stepping into those energetics. And as we do that, we build out more of our energetic grid. So we're doing that on the personal landscape. We're doing that in the collective landscape. And it's just this big stretch. And if you've ever watched, for instance, a dog when they wake up and they take that nice first stretch, that's the energy of expansion. We are stretching into what is new and what will be more sustainable. I'm going to bring through a channeled message from the Eihdelar, a group of guides, in just a minute. But as we're talking about expansion, one of the things I also want to acknowledge, because some of you may be experiencing similar things, what I'm hearing from a lot of you is this prolonged difference in the way that you are experiencing physical reality. That sounds very dramatic, doesn't it? For instance, sleep patterns are feeling very different for a lot of people, myself included, where maybe we don't feel the need to sleep as much. The old 6 to 8 hours, 10 if you can grab them, 12 would be like, oh, that's amazing. We're just not feeling the need for that anymore. We're feeling very rested with shorter periods of sleep. If you're one of those people, know that that is happening for so many of us out there. You may be on the other end of that spectrum where it feels like I need deeper integration time. I feel like I'm taken offline and I want to sleep more and more and more. We're seeing cycles. So there will be peaks and valleys of this as we are all acclimating. We're all adjusting to the way our personal energetics integrate and interface with the collective. And what's happening in the collective energetic landscape is that we have so many higher frequencies that are perpetuated for a longer period of time. So we've been having high frequencies coming in for a while now, but it would be almost like pulses, or it would zap us and then relent or release. Now it's more prolonged. So the way we interact with that and adjust to that and calibrate to that and even just weather it and tolerate it, if you will, changes what we need as well. So just be mindful of that and give yourself patience as you are experiencing those changes. And then also people are feeling something similar with our eating habits. So maybe not needing to eat as much, maybe feeling a really strong pull to different types of food, different balances between things. Like we were having a conversation in my membership community yesterday about sodium and potassium. And disclaimer here, I'm not a medical professional. This isn't medical advice. This is energetic, a conversation about energy and how your body is reacting to different energetic elements, including some of your nutrition. So just again, know that if you're experiencing something different, you're not alone. So as we're talking about expansion, let's bring in the channeled message for that. And I will share the channeled art for the month after that message, and we'll have another little chat at the end of this. So enjoy. Bright and beautiful beings of light, we come to you today to speak on a topic of expansion that is near and dear to our hearts. And as we open up this space, we invite you to be here with us in this frequency upon which these messages are shared. Listen not only with your ears and watch not only with your eyes, but feel the energy that we share. Feel the frequency within your heart, within your gut, within your crown. And imagine these energetic centers receiving this message, not just from the front of your physical body, but from the back as well, and fully integrating it into the whole column of you as an energetic being in a physical body. Breathe into that space right now, and imagine you are, while expanding, also anchoring yourselves in to the gravitational forces on your planet at this time, for they are not your enemy. They are your foundation. They give you stability. We are so pleased at this time with where the energy is unfolding for many of you and for your planet as a whole. Although you may not witness with your physical eyes as many changes as you desire, we assure you they are unfolding at rates you could not calculate. There is a quantum acceleration of light and a quantum acceleration of love and joy and hope, all being birthed within each of you and within your planet at this time. Beings such as ourselves, of the angelic realms, of the galactic collections, of coalitions such as this, are coming together to support and witness and encourage you. And many of you are feeling these connections in new, powerful, and potent ways, whether it is on the landscape of your dreaming states, whether it is within your intuitive nudges, whether it is within your sacred connections with others. You are feeling an elevation. You are feeling a deep remembrance of what we will call the opening into all the light that is coming in at this time, the opening into all potential, all possibility, the opening into joy, the opening into grace, the opening into understanding and awareness and connection. So many of you watching these words that we speak have had lifetimes in which you have anchored earlier frequencies onto the planet. And we are so thankful, and we share such a feeling of honor with you as sacred light bearers that you have walked those paths when times were even darker, when times were more stagnant, when times felt more dense than they do now. Remember that in your soul, that you have walked this path before, and in some way you are setting yourself up for the marathon that you run now as you are in the later stretches of that marathon. So if you feel fatigued, it is because as a soul, you have been running this marathon for some time. Allow yourselves to witness and see the finish line, not as an end, but as a glorious beginning into new and higher frequencies. And we share with you now, for those who are ready and willing to receive it, a pulse of frequency higher than fifth dimension energy, higher than sixth. We share from the seventh dimension an aspect of higher heart energy connected into the diffusion of the ego self. The ego has served you so well and was so necessary and was a valid partner and protector. Many of you are feeling it dissolve away, fall away, as if it were the booster for the rocket of your soul. And if you see it as that, you feel it as thus, it is safe to release it. It is safe to step into a world in which there is not fear, a world in which you do not even observe limitation, a world in which you do not need predictions, you do not need specifics, for you can unfold gracefully and with resilience into all that will become. Allow yourself to really feel that expansion. If you were to imagine your energetic body as a rectangular shape around you where there is top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right, each about 2 feet diagonally from your actual physical body. So extending like this from your eyes up about 2 feet, and the same shape down outward from your feet. And imagine that forms a box of sorts around you. Imagine at the corners of that box, you have a key. 4 keys that as you turn them, they unlock and connect you to a portal of awareness. Feel that within your hearts right now. As you connect to that portal of awareness, it reminds you of not light codes, not galactic frequencies, but of you as the sacred bearer of truth. You as the soul who remembers. You as the powerful activator of what is next for you and for your planet. And imagine that these keys connect into portals in the stars. And as each key turns, it unlocks your next awakening. It unlocks your expansion, and feel that rectangular shape stretching out right now to the top sides of you and to the bottom sides of you, and giving you, as the human that you are right now, more space. Giving you, as the human that you are right now, more connection. Giving you, as the human that you are right now, more sacred memory of what is possible. Allow yourself to filter this light through you, breathing it in through the space of your heart, and feeling it go up from your heart to your crown, and then from your crown all the way down to your feet. And it runs in this circuit of energy as you are connected. Some of you may feel a charge with this. Some of you may feel tears with this. Some of you may feel laughter with this. It is energy releasing. Allow that to come to you and through you as you acclimate and as you attune. And know that this expansion is part of your personal energetics for the coming weeks and part of the collective energetics on the planet for the coming weeks. Everything is getting stretched. Not stretched so that it becomes tense, but stretched so that there becomes room for integration, room for observation, room for connection, room for space. If we were to ask you, into what would you like to expand? What is your answer? Would you simply say, my highest timeline, without much detail around it? That is a beautiful observation and a beautiful desire. Allow yourself throughout the coming weeks to play in that space of creating from your imagination. For although it feels like you are make-believing, you are truly making your belief in your imagination of it. So do not feel what is possible based on what you are observing with your physical senses. Feel what is possible by what you're observing through your expanded awarenesses. Dream for yourselves your next step. Dream for yourselves the new earth. Dream for yourselves the connection, the relationship, the job, the abundance, the love. Dream for yourselves and expand. We thank you for your attention and intention in sharing this moment with you. Be blessed, dearest friends. So expanding out, I don't know how well they were acting it out, but as I was seeing the transmission that was shared, it looked like almost like the box that a doll would come in, like a Barbie doll or something. But if we imagine that we all have that energy field around us, stretching the corners out until it becomes this bigger box of available space. And then at each of those corners, the key is connecting into higher frequencies. And imagine that you can just kind of pull those in or siphon those in as you need them, and they fill up your box in that way so that you then have more available energy, you have more available light, you have more available knowledge and connection to all that you are, but also all that can become. So as we look at the art for the month of December, it's that same similar shape, rectangular, and all this energy at the corners. So there's those keys coming in and this feeling of being expanded, of being stretched. And like I think they said in the channeling, not to feel that you're being thinned out or that you're being pulled or like maxed out on your capacity, but that you are building more capacity, you're building more resilience, you're building a bigger space in which to have these additional frequencies and light and love and all of that come in for you. Love, as always, to hear what you think of it as well. I really like the rainbow light coming out. It feels very potent and powerful, as well as some of the things in the background. So as always, if you would like a copy of this, a digital download is available for free for the month of December. I had to remember what month we're in. And you can find that information. I'll put a link in the description box below. You can also order a print. And working with these, whether you're working with them, just having the frequency of the art in your physical space or on your devices, some people put it as a screensaver on their phone or a backdrop. That can be really helpful for you when you're integrating in that energy of expansion. So the other thing that came up for me thinking about expansion when I was sitting down to film this today is that so many of us are almost on this threshold of stepping into a new identity, stepping into new projects, new ways of being in the world. And one of those things for me, I mentioned walking through the grief process a few weeks ago, and I'm still in it. I also was presented with the opportunity to welcome a new puppy into the family, and you may have heard her off camera a little bit fidgeting or whining just a bit because I'm in the other room, and I'll share a picture of her here. But it's that energy of, okay, I'm coming right out of the cycle of something and going into something new. And for you, it may not be stepping out of grief into something new. It may be stepping out of a relationship into something new, stepping out of a way of seeing yourself or the world right into something new. It feels like those transitions are shorter for many of us. So staying open and really living from the space of your heart and not feeling closed off can help us navigate that expansion. And I just wanted to mention that as well. But also, any other puppy parents out there, drop me a comment below, send me all your patience. And it's such a joyful experience to walk through, but also, puppies have a lot of energies. I'm sure so many of you know. It's been 17 years since I've had a puppy, and I'm a different person than I was 17 years ago. So it's all a new journey. One more thing before we wrap up for the month. Actually, two things, because I want to tell you about two things I have coming up. One is my sort of big class for 2026. I'm starting in January a 12-week class called Becoming, and I'll put a link to that below. It's going to be so much fun. It's packed with so many different elements of my work and what I love to share with people, and I'm really, really excited. I would love to have a good group of people come together in community for that duration and explore some of these topics. And I'll be back in another video to talk more about it, but I want to mention it for any of the early birds who like to enroll and get your calendar kind of set up so you know what's coming in. There's also an early bird enrollment special, which you can check out on that link. And then also, in addition to that, for the whole year of 2026, oh my goodness, let's not go backwards. For the whole year of 2026, I am sharing a 52-week guided meditation journey. So every week you get one new meditation delivered to your inbox every Sunday morning. And the program itself is taking us on a journey. So it's not just separate meditations, we can get those a lot of places. I understand that. YouTube has them, different membership communities offer them, and those are great. This is kind of a facilitated, guided journey overall as we go through the year. And I'll talk about that in other videos too, but I wanted to mention it here again for that. Oh, one more thing. Since it's December, the question I get asked most often in December is, do I offer gift certificates for my art? So yes, I do. And I will put those links there as well. If you would like to give the gift of art to someone else, I would love to be your, Santa's helper, your elf, help facilitate that for you. So I'll share that information below. The only other thing is, let me know, what are you seeing out in the world? How are things going for you? Drop me a comment, let me know. And thank you so much for spending some time with me today. And I will see you again really soon. Have a great day. Bye.